Alright, let's see if everything works. Loading. Oh no, did my internet just die? No, didn't. What? Just can't load my own stream. Oh, now I can. Okay, test. Yes, very good. Let's post on Twitter. No. What do I write? Some more kernel mode dev. Feel free to say hello. Sweet. And on Discord, and let's start the VM. Oh, shoot. Didn't enable desktop audio. What kind of music do I want? Do we get claimed for this? I don't think so. I hope not. We'll just have to see, I guess. Yeah, that should be about the right volume. Hey, it actually does load. Well, that's not the right password. Here we go. And Visual Studio. Oh, come on. Just resize. And we do full screen. Oh, it's International Tea Day. Well, that's good to know. What? CPK didn't load correctly. That might actually be because of all the crashes. I'm kind of destroying the system one by one. Maybe we just restarted. Yeah, that seems to work. Alright, so at the moment... Oh no. Did not write correctly. Configuration change or another extension. Ah well. Do we lose autocomplete? No. Wait, what's the problem then? I'm just going to ignore this for now. Okay, so currently... oh yeah, I need to elevate it. I think it does work right now. It should be active. It is. As you can see, the DLL is getting injected, and it should actually be inside every single 64-bit process. Is this 64-bit? Why is it not here? Oh, it is. Huh! Does it have kernel 32? It does. Interesting. Okay. Gonna have to look into that one. That is so weird. Okay. Explorer? Yes. How about this one? Yes. Visual Studio. Excuse me. It's just invisible. Okay, it just took a while. Oh, Visual Studio doesn't either. What are you? 64-bit? No, it isn't. Okay, yeah, that's fair then. Edge has a 2, Process Explorer itself as well. I'm just going through the processes and checking if everything works. Which it kinda does. I just found one so far which doesn't, which is... No! It does! What? Oh, because it was a temporary process, I just didn't see it. Yeah, never mind. It appears to be working. Can't look into those. Although I might just disable the protected process. And that would allow me to peek into these. Cool. Okay. Now, the plan for today is cleanup. Just gonna make all this shit way less messy. And then I was also planning, I don't know if I can do that today, to implement the 32-bit version. Okay, we check if it's... Oh yeah, let me just anti-status on image load status. So I'm just gonna make a new function that does everything we're doing so far, but it returns an anti-status, which will make this much nicer, because we can just relay the error messages, or the status messages, and in the actual one we're just going to call on image load status and image name pid info, gonna pass anti-status equals... Okay, and here we can see if it was successful, if not, anti-success status, and then we're gonna say log oh, we don't even need the parentheses. We can do this because we are only going to log. It will return anyways. Failed to... no. What do I say? On image load, failed with status, and then LX. No, god damn it. I just stop doing that. Can I write that in a better way? on image load. Yeah, I'm just going to use the more technical term so it's clear what it does. Yeah, this one. Load image notify routine callback failed. Yes, and then in here we are going to log what the specific error was anyways. So this shall suffice. We are still going to skip the drivers, obviously. Remotely loaded, yeah, we don't need that. 64, I'm going to keep that for now. This is unnecessary. Kernel 32, we're going to match it. Do I need this variable anywhere else? I don't. Okay, I think it has to still be a variable, yeah, because we're passing it by reference, and this is a macro. Then lookup process by pit, yeah, because we need to look into the process to find the entry point and all that good stuff. We are opening, what do we need the handle for? Oh right, because we're allocating memory inside of it. Let's go to process all access. Yeah, that works, I suppose.
Okay, cool, I'm ready.
Those are good. Wait, no. They aren't, because now we have to return the empty status. So what I'm gonna do is say status equals, and instead of returning explicitly, I made a macro which checks the status. What is it called? Guard NTS? Yeah, anti-success. And then we say status, and we do by pointer failed with, and the status. Target process, I guess, so it's more obvious, I think. I might refactor this, this, what is it called, dry thingy? So it's not just for disposing, but also for accessing. One-time initialization. Yeah, I'm gonna copy paste. One-time init. And how do I? Oh God. I would like to specify if it was 64 or 32-bit. Alex, and then 64, and just, can I is there a format string for booleans? Printf boolean. What is the format specifier for a bool? There's no, yeah, that's what I thought. We're just going to have to print it like an integer. Then I'm just going to append is, so we know what it means. Here we go. Does it complain? It doesn't. Great. What is good? inside of the init lazy, it should already print. Oh yeah, right. If not, okay. And this one should also have debug print. Yeah, it does. Yes. Cool. Alright, the mitigation flags. Okay, this is going to be a refactor of the mess I made last time. So what I still don't understand is why can I not do a pointer to the mitigation flags and just store it on the stack like this? Wait, I can? But I can't dereference it, can I? Am I stupid? Flag values was the... oh yeah. God damn it. So, if I assign this... yeah, it doesn't work. And I don't understand why. Must be a pointer but has type Ulon. Wait, but it is a pointer. Oh. Because... oh, I don't need to dereference it because I'm literally dereferencing it with the arrow. Yeah, then this should actually do the job. Okay. That should clean it up. But also, I don't like this. This is disgusting. How do I clean this? Oh well. Yeah, that's a void pointer. And I'm also not too keen on specifying the entire eProcess structure. It's kind of overkill. Yeah, let's see where else I'm doing reinterpret cast. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. But I think inside of the hooking, I'm calling it a bunch. Not calling, you know what I mean. Yeah, I made this macro address offset. Oh wow. Actually not that many. But still, I think I'm going to make a little helper function, a macro I mean, pointers. That's such a bad name. And we define, let's just call it int ptr, and no. Let me think. We have this address offset one, and what it does is calculate the offset between two addresses. But the name is not really fitting. I'm gonna steal this name. I'm gonna say address and offset, and I'm gonna do reinterpret cast u into ptr, and I'm gonna specify address, and I'll say plus offset. But the problem is now that we have we get a uint pointer back. Is that fair? Or do I... I'm just going to put it into a void pointer, because that does make the most sense, maybe? Yeah, it does. Or what if we... yeah, what if we specify the type? Yeah, I like that more. Type, we're gonna cast it to a pointer of the type, and that's it. And to replace this one, because it just fits into this header very well, I'm gonna call it address relative to. Yeah. Address 1, address 2, and do that. And now we have the same issue because of the return type. Yeah.
We danced all night, she showed me shit that my mama wouldn't like. Then she walked away, so I took her aside, saying, leave, believe in me, no, you're not easy, but that won't slow me down. No, 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 I will proceed until you come clean and say that you love me. Tonight it's me and you.
What? Oh, yeah, right. That's so weird. It is the distance between two addresses, so it wouldn't really make sense to return them as a pointer. So instead, I'm going to do reinterpret cast u and pointer. No, I think u size fits the most. Do I have u size? Do we have u size at home? Oh god, I messed up. Oh, it's size T. Size. Of course, size T. The Windows isms got to me. And instead of this, I'm gonna include pointers. Pointers. And instead of using this, I'm just gonna delete it and see where I'm using it. And we're gonna say address relative to, and the two addresses. What are you complaining about? invalid type conversion. You're a void pointer and you are a void pointer. What the fuck? What's the problem? Let me see. Pointer, pointer, pointer. Oh, is it the size T? I'm just gonna do uint pointers because that makes more sense anyway. Okay, uint pointer is undefined. Uint pointer. No. God damn it, I always forget which one is a Windows type I need to use and which one the C++ types are that I can use. Yeah, this one too, and this one. Okay. Sweet. Now we can include it here. So many includes. Scattering my code all over the place. What did I want to do? I totally forgot. Jeez. Frames. Address offset. Oh, right. Yes. And now I can say mitigation flags equals address offset PE. Oh no, the type first. The type we are casting it to is mitigation flags, obviously. And then we do PE and mitigation offset. Oh. No, why? Yes. And of course it's redefined. So I'm gonna call this 1. And then we have the second one, which is gonna be a mitigation offset plus size of U1. Yes. Which will allow us to can't really watch RN because I'm at a farmer's market. Oh, hey! What up? Have fun at the farmer's market. They are always pretty cute. And this allows us to disable the mitigation. Oh, and also, before I continue, gonna just rename the structures and the union. Mitigation flags, values. Mitigation flags. Yeah, I like that more. And 1, and here we have mitigation flags 2. And inside the union we have mitigation flags. This is the integer one, so I'm gonna call it I could just call it int. Yeah, why not? And then this one will just be called... Wait, no. Mitigation flags Do I need the union? Does that make sense? I mean, it was mostly for debugging. Ah, fuck the union. That's what a capitalist would say. And of course we need to put it here. Oh yeah, variable is going to have the same name as the structure, which is not gonna fly. Yeah, here we go. The type should explain what it does. I like that style more. Flags, one, and then I'm not gonna make them lowercase, even though that suits my style more. But that becomes annoying when the structure changes, and I'm gonna have to paste in the new one. And well, it's not even my naming. It should be enough if we just disable the dynamic code, and we don't need this other stuff, which is just for printing the new one. Shellcode, memory size. Yeah, 1000 should be good, just for the safety. And here once again we can say guard NTS status and copy paste these. Shellcode allocation failed. I'm gonna paste the function name just in case. Reserve commit, read write. Yes, yes, yes. And that's irrelevant, we don't care. I should probably keep some logging, but also I should implement the different log levels that Windows has to offer. Because currently I'm just writing to the debug one. Protect size 14. Yeah, the 14 is kind of a magic number. I could put that into the hook header. Just gonna make that a const expression, auto const expression. Yes, yes, yes. And it will be called stub size, and it's gonna be 14. What? What do you mean? Excuse me? I have no idea how to do const expressions, it appears. Const expression. How do I do this? Oh, do I have to put it? Oh, of course. It needs to go at the start. And you still don't like it, do you? Okay, yeah. You know what? Just gonna see how it's done. Const expression order. Isn't that exactly what I'm doing though? Oh. Oh, no. I forgot the R. Let's double check if it actually is 14. Step size 14. That's kind of wonky though. I could put the stub in here, also as a constant, and then we can do this. Oops. And then if we have to change the stub, it will automatically change the stub size. And that's just better. Straight up. Stub size. Of course, we have to replace them now, because it's in uppercase. Okay. Looking good. This should also be a variable. But for now, that's fine. And of course, why am I using protect size? Okay, it needs to be on the stack. I'm gonna put the stub size here. Yeah. I moved this outside of the attach process because I thought that might help with the error we faced earlier. Since it didn't, I'm just gonna move it back, because now we know what the problem was. And I'm gonna steal this log. Oh, not there. Setting entry point protection. Yep. And function name. That's all the info we need. Actually, I could... Yeah, I'm just gonna include the address. Address LX. No, that's a P. Protect. Yeah, protect address. Failed setting entry point protection. Okay, but also I would like to include the process name, or maybe just the PID, because getting the process name is a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm gonna do it by PID. No, that doesn't help either though, because the PID is going to be invalid when this fails and then the process crashes. That's pretty useless information. I do remember there's a function that gets the name of a process, but it only gets like the first X characters, which is fine for this purpose, so looking for it right now. Gonna open my browser for you to see. Get PID weapon. No. Process image file name. Wait, is that just literally what I need?
Now we'll build a projection machine to show
Okay, but it's not documented. Only short name. Yeah, exactly. Returns the eProcess field. Oh, interesting. But that's all I need. I'm just gonna have to find the signature. Oh, that's such a clean signature. Yoink. And into the undocumented APIs you go. Of course, it's a kernel API. Process image file name. Yes! Why am I calling it P? That's not even correct. What do you want from me? What? Does it not like that? Okay. Whatever. So in case of an error, gonna keep the process name around.
never see a motion picture while it is actually moving.
No, I could have done this all along instead of this bullshit. Yeah, constant char proc name equals ps get process image file, and we just need. I need to stop calling it PE. It's bothering me. How about P? Heard Cronsby really likes one-letter variables. And we can use that one to now log where it failed. For this it doesn't matter which process. Oh! Yeah, I'm just gonna put that up here, because once we have the process we can do this, and I can include it here now. In process S, yeah. Proc name. It's not even the proc name. That's not technically true. Image name. I already have an image name. Oh yeah, it's the variable. Ah, whatever. Proc name is fun. Because technically it is the process image name. In process, and then we pass proc name. And for this one as well, of course, in proc, and we do proc name. And of course, I don't want my lines to be miles long, so I'm gonna split this one. You know the semicolons are like a good place to do this. It's a shame. that it doesn't do this automatically. When I press enter. You know, in C# it actually does. Yeah, put a space at the end. And of course we don't need the spaces after the percent. This one is fine, I think. And as I said, I'm gonna put this back into the process attach. And of course this one too. And then we have the unprotect, which should also be inside here. Right after hooking it, we just restore the protection. And of course logging important, setting restoring entry point protection. Failed. Status, address, and process. And of course we need to make our shellcode executable. We can do that in here as well. And that's useless. Fuck that debug statement, print log, whatever. And this could also use some better error logging. Failed setting shellcode protection. Yep. That's a reasonable message. Okay. Now we have cleaned up this file. And I'm gonna get rid of this. We don't really need it anymore. I think I've tested this enough. So tired. Let's do some more intense music. Maybe it'll wake me up. Wake me up before you go. Yes, that also fits very well. What's my next step? What do I do next? Oh, right. I wanted to have logging where I can specify the level. And also, let me just think about if it's worth it to re-implement those. How would I even implement them? Can I? C++ custom. Now I need Google. C++ custom smart pointer. Is that a thing you could just do? Because that would be very useful. Biggest things, they guarantee deletion. Okay. What? Oh, I see. Although that does not answer my question. Oh yeah. But what I actually want to know is if I can just like substitute them for the real pointer. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to know. That's pretty easy. But does it make sense for me? I'm gonna pass this one around. And yeah, it's just a variable. And if I do this, yeah, that's gonna be weird. Because I would need to provide the address of the field no, I already said field of the instance of the class, yeah. Oh. What if I oh, that's so overkill, but I kind of have to do it. What if I make a class for each thing, for each kind of object? But also, no, that's kind of like wrapping the Windows API. I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. What if I just add can I turning a pointer using arrow operator and dereferencing? Can I overwrite the address of operator? Address off. Yes, that's what I need. How would anyone... Yes, a wrapper object, that's what I need. Hey! That's also super easy, straightforward. So I'm gonna override the address of and the dereferencing operator. And I'm gonna do, of course, it's a pointer to a type, and operator, and of course it's constant. What else do I need? Oh, that's it. Okay. Parentheses go here. Oh yeah. I need to put those because we are inside of a macro. And in here, let's do it in a single line. And we're just going to return and inner. Yeah, we can do that because it's not local to the function. Why are you complaining? What did I do wrong? Does not match the function type. What? Oh. Yeah, right. It actually isn't constant, but that's not even the problem. Oh. I missed a semicolon. Okay. And now for the dereferencing we return type and we say operator and we just y and inner and I forgot the semicolon once again. No, I just put it in the wrong place. Switch. And now... Oh, actually I want to rename them too, because that's such a dumb name. Wait. QE process. It should just be called process. And this is just a handle. And this is why did I name it that way? Because it's literally named that way. Is that? That's actually an APC. That is wild. Yeah, it can stay that way. And of course, alloc or can I call it? No, that's a dumb name. Maybe alloc memory? Yeah, alloc memory is good. And now what we can do, wait. We might need an empty constructor. Yes, we do. Name and well, that's it. Just name. So the default constructor. And now instead of saying PE process, we are going to say process P. And if we say and P, yes, we are getting back the PE process. That is fucking cool. And here we need to dereference it, just like here. Oh, that is so nice. And we don't need this one anymore. The reason I'm doing this is so the process thing or the variable is automatically deallocated. This also begs the question. If this fails... Oh, I need proper logging, just noticed. If this fails, this will get deallocated, but it has never been allocated. I could just do a null check on the destructor. If inner and then I'm gonna do what is it called? Squiggly braces, because we don't know how many lines the statement is. Yes. So if this just does not allocate, then it should not call this. But also is this null allocated, initialized I mean? Zero initialized. Are they? I mean, I guess I could just say 0. Is initialized for every variable. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna do it in the default constructor. I think it's just more explicit. Yep. There we go. Look up process by process ID. Wait. Can I not? Why am I doing that? I think that's literally a get. Oh no, it just gets the current process ID. Does this return? That's just a handle. Oh wow. Oh. Oh, I understand. Okay, never mind. Then this is pretty damn good. I think that's what you're supposed to do. And we say status, so we can do the good old guard NTS. Failed getting PE process for PID. That's an LX, right? It's a handle. Okay, then I'm gonna do P. Status. That's an LX. No. Here we go. And then PID and status. Here we just get the proc name. And this one should be handle. What was it called? hproc. Oh, no need to change the name. hproc, and this can go. And those need dereferencing, as well as this, 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 yes. This has proper logging. We might be done. Or are we? No, not quite. Not quite. Is there any anti-successes left? Okay. None left, or at least none that don't belong there. Attach process that doesn't return any status, and this one should be our new class. Wait, what's your problem? What? It's taking a pointer to a state, right? Yes. Excuse me? Why is that a pointer? Oh, of course, because this takes a pointer. But isn't this just... Oh. That's not what I wanted to open. Isn't this just a pointer? Oh, it isn't. It really isn't. Yeah, how do I deal with that? This is gonna feel so weird, but I think I have an idea. What if I do this? Yeah. It actually works. But does it make sense? going to create a state which is 0 initialized. The pointer will be null. And then, yes, we are passing a reference to the null pointer. Yep, I think that's good. I think that will work. Get the entry point. And we're done. This function is now all cleaned up. Of course, we need to test it. It still does what it should do. Function must return a value. Oh, of course. Return status. I should set it to status success at the beginning. And then if nothing failed, it's a success. Oh, of course. Return status. It's fine if those fail. Not fail. It's fine if those return. It will still be a success because we just chose not to continue instead of oh, that is actually an error. Get exception code. Ah, well. But the exception code is not a valid anti-status, I think. Let me see. Used. Huh. Get exception code. Trees code, type of exception. They are not compatible, are they? Exception information. Anti-status. Maybe there's a status that is useful for this kind of thing. And also I'm just going to check if maybe by chance they are compatible. They aren't. Exception. Oh. Weird. Oh god, I'm getting kind of dizzy doing that. This is all debugging stuff. No. Oh yeah, we can just make it full screen. Which also does not help. Why is this table so bad? unwind might be an option. I'm just looking for things we can reasonably return. Oh, okay. Yep. I'm gonna do this one. Because that's what it is, an unhandled exception. Yep. Return exception. But also I will... Oh, I might just set status to unhandled exception. Oh, I need the parentheses. And I'm gonna say no, I'm gonna return it. And I'm also gonna say log exception while attached to target address space code. What's the code? I think it's a D word, which is LX again. What are you even doing here? Oh, I'm just gonna... Okay. Now I see. Code process Gah. Yes, that shouldn't be it. Any more errors? Yes, of course. What? Purely intrinsic functions have no address? Oh, I think I'm using it wrong. Oh, that's a function. Oh. Okay. Can I just do that? Why did I even do this? Does that make literally any sense? Exception code. Ah, yes, of course. Yep, that makes sense. What's your problem? Oh yeah, I'm not using flags too. Uint pointer to size t. Oh, why? Aren't they pretty much the same? Why does it even happen? I think I'm doing it inside of my macro. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast size t both times. I think size t is unsigned integral type, which is as big as the current the size of the biggest object. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. So we should be able to just do that without worrying about overflowing anything. Size t, size t, size t. Not convert from size t to size t. Oh yeah, of course I don't need this cast anymore. Sweet. It worked. I mean, it compiled. I don't know if it works yet. Gonna start my driver. Oh. scs.gi, and I'm gonna just run the new version and see if it crashes my system. And I should open WinDBG at this point, so we get the debug output. That's kind of everything I'm using WinDBG for right now, which is ridiculous. But debug view doesn't really work for some reason. Or at least not for my kernel debugging output. It crashes the system after a while. And we start. Did it just instantly die? No, it didn't. It's all good. Gonna open Notepad. Oh god. Is it dying? Okay, so the Notepad is not happy. Oh, I messed up somewhere. Also have a bunch of debug prints in here that I don't need. Is it just one? It's a one. Is it because I changed the way this works? That would surprise me. I'm gonna go pee real quick. And I'm back. So, why is it complaining? Thinking about implementing the logging first, because that way we can have an easier time figuring out what's going on. No, it crashed anyway. That was to be expected. While we are restarting, just gonna do some research. Windows debug print. There's a couple things I need to know. So first of all, also because the debugger uses APIs to communicate with other processors, calling debug print at IRQL higher than dirql causes deadlocks. Yeah, that's the problem I'm running into, I think. Debug print messages to the kernel only if conditions apply. Default. Okay. I see. Should not obtain a string from user. Yes. Yes. It's pretty obvious. Did it just crash on boot? That is tragic. What? Why? Why are you crashing? Is it? Isn't the recursive NMI? Is it the exact problem I'm talking about right now? And it is. So I'm pretty sure that crash is because of that sentence. Where is it? This one. Because the debugger uses... Yeah. Let's just see the IRQLs. Which one is less than or higher? No, I want a list, my dude. Here we go. Passive level. Yes. I'm pretty sure we are at passive level, but I can double check. Notify image load. Action restricted to safe calls. Best practices. Here we go. Operating system calls the driver's load image notify routine at passive level. Set a critical region. So we are inside of a critical region, but we are at passive IRQL. But I think KI attach I think that one might be the APC IRQL. Current thread was already attached. PC is okay. Must be matched. Yes, yes. Yeah. Less than dispatch. Yeah, that's not a problem since we're at passive. Yeah, it looks like I was wrong. And it does not influence the level, which does make sense now that I'm thinking about it. The IRQL. I see. Alrighty. IRQL higher than. Yeah, how does that work? What are the values? What does higher than mean? Zero means... Okay, I think 0 is passive. Okay, then we're going from 0 upwards, which means that we are at the lowest, so debug print, oh there it is, 0 will always be lower than this one, so this will never be true, so it shouldn't be a problem. Well, now I'm just confused. Nah, whatever. It seems to just not cause problems when we have no debugger attached, so for now, gonna ignore it. It's pretty much the same. But how do we use it? Component, level, and format. Yes, that's what I need. But what's component? It must be a component name filter radius. What? Oh, that is so weird. Only use the following values. Okay. What? Hardware? What does HV stand for? I think we have to use this one, because it's the generic one. As we are not really writing a network driver or an audio driver or a video driver. Yeah, we'll have to stop the currently running thing again. Stop GI and driver is stopped. It's weird how well it works when debugger is not attached. But now I'm attaching the debugger once again. We don't even need it right now. We will though. Just gonna do debug printing real quick. Log.h and fuck that. Oh, and instead of log, I'm gonna say debug and info and warning, whatever we need. Debug print x. Define debug ash dot debug print x component. Component is this. Yes. And the level is what's it called? What's the constant? Specifies severity. Oh no. Are there no constants for specifying? Oh, okay, good. We need trace info. I'm just gonna do 0 for debug. Oh no, 0 is the highest. Oh, it goes that way. What is... Oh, well, that's the mask. Okay. Trace info. Yeah, we need debug as well. What level does debug print? Behaves like default component and a message importance level of info. Oh. Info is pretty low then. Why is info below trace? I'm just gonna do 4 for the debug printing. Info, but it should be debug. And oh yeah, right. Of course. Can make a constant expression. and of course the format ... but we also need the prefix. Oh, and a new line too. Stealing it from here. And this one, I'm gonna delete it, but I will also rename it first to error, because that's what I've been using it as. And the message, oh yeah, goes like this. And in between we need debug is 4, then we have info. Then we have trace, then warm, not the warm, warning, and error. Is that all? Isn't there already a library for this? You mean the logging stuff? I mean, there's a lot of logging libraries for C++, but I mean, there probably is one that supports the Windows kernel debugging stuff. Oh, you mean function hooking. Yes, Microsoft Detours does function hooking, but what I'm interested in is global function hooking. So let's say you have a DLL and you want to see all the processes that call functions inside of that DLL, and you will have to hook every single process to do that, but you don't actually know which process you want to hook. Because you don't know which process calls the DLL. So instead of doing all of that and figuring out which process calls it, and then, well, you would have to bypass some security mechanisms as well, which is annoying. I'm doing a global hooking thing, which will basically inject a DLL into every single process on the system, even the system processes. And this DLL will then hook the things I want. You can see here, if I just click on a random process, you can see that my DLL has been injected. So the point is more the DLL injection into every single process right now, more than the actual hooking of the functions. Yes. Yes, I can. So first of all, for my project it's really important that I hook every process at system start. Like, I want to hook CSRSS, what is it called? CSRSS, I want to hook Win in it, I want to hook SMSS, I want to hook WinLogon, like really every single process. And you can't do that from user mode, because there's mechanisms that prevent you from doing so, namely PPL, Protected Process Light. Hey, welcome to the stream. yeah, there's this thing called protected process light, and it prevents you from hooking certain processes. You just can't. Yes, so that's mainly why I'm doing this in the kernel, because of the security mitigations. Is it some POC? Yeah, I need it for something specific. I've been reversing a Windows DLL, Windows module, and for fuzzing and for just reversing it, dynamic analysis and so on, it would be really convenient to see what functions get called by which process with what parameters and so on and so forth. So I need to globally hook it and just see what it does more clearly. I have a question. I'm in university and we have C languages programming language. I don't know where I should move next. No, I don't. I do want to reverse system modules. Specifically, I'm reversing RPC RT4, which is a system binary in system32 RPC RT4. This is my DLL. This is what I want to reverse. Or what I've been reversing, I guess. And this is what I want to hook into. So I want to see everything that calls functions inside this DLL. It's not a kernel mode thing, so this gets loaded from Windows user mode processes. But it's still system processes, so it's still part of the Windows infrastructure thing. And what should you learn next? That really depends on what you want to do. I really like knowing a scripting language or two, so when I need to do some automation or some like small work, instead of building big, fancy and fast applications with C or Rust, you can just quickly do POCs and so on. So I would recommend Python. I thought WinDBG can handle system DLLs. No, it absolutely can. But I can't easily use WinDBG to monitor what a certain DLL is doing. Like, I could place breakpoints into every function I'm interested in WinDBG inside of that DLL. Well, but then I only have breakpoints. I can't hook them. And breakpoints are just not powerful enough because it's pretty manual. Yeah, picking what interests you the most is generally just a good idea. Because you're gonna have to like the language you're learning. If you want to stay on the C route, then I can really recommend giving Rust a go. Just checking it out. Cause it's fucking cool. And I wish I could do this in Rust, but kernel programming in Rust is not all that developed. I mean, in Windows. In Linux, it's even used in some parts. I mean, I'm using a decompiler that produces pseudocode, which is not even valid C. And I don't think that makes pseudocode a better language. Or like useful to learn. I mean, you have to understand some C basics, but honestly, to understand decompiled programs, you don't need to know much C. But yeah, you're right, system programming is pretty important if you're going to the RE route. Definitely. Out of ideas, what I should try to program, I don't know, to be able to make, I don't know, Facebook. Yeah, I think it's important to have a thing you want to program. And then depending on what you want to write, you can choose the language that handles that thing the best. Because you're gonna use very different languages if you want to make a AAA game or Facebook. What do you mean lets you modify or tag decompiled code? I know that you can patch. Well, of course you can patch the assembly instructions, but does it actually let you write some code, dynamically compile it, and then patch that into the program? That would be weird. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, that's what you mean by tag. Yeah, I understand. That's true, although I still don't feel like you need to be able to program C well to do that. What were my starting projects? Interesting. Oh, I know. I was first making games, and then I was reversing games and actually developing game hacks and so on for my favorite single-player games. That's a super fun project if you want to get into RE or binary exploitation. I can highly recommend just reverse games and have fun. More likely let everyone else. Yeah, C is kind of the universal pseudocode. That's true, I guess. Wait. What? 1 second, I'll be right back. More like you're working on a project. I guess you're right, more likely pretty hard for beginners. That's true. I remember yeah, I remember the first thing I did was use Cheat Engine, and at the time I used it, I didn't even know how it worked, like what it did and so on. And I was just like a script kiddie, copy-pasting some shitty Visual Basic code that writes into like a process memory. and copy-pasting offsets from Cheat Engine. And then I started wondering how Cheat Engine works, and then I started learning assembly, like actually writing ASM, instead of just reading it in decompiled stuff, and making little programs like I remember making Snake at one point, and then yeah, just learning it like every other programming language, and it really helped for reversing stuff. It helps to have a good understanding of assembly, even though every good reversing tool does pseudocode or C, whatever have you. It's still very important to know assembly. Continuing. I could... yeah, I'm gonna add the print level to the output so we know what's going on. Fish bad. Perfect. And the indentation, doing it manually like a complete plap. Here we go. That's looking nice. More challenging to get a pen tester job. I don't think pen testers do that much RE. True, but also application testing is different than a full-on pen tester. I think pen testers are mostly the people on the field that literally break into buildings and do like social engineering. They use exploits against systems, against networks, and so on, and not that much of the exploit development and the researching and the RE is done by pen testers. I think that's a different job description, but I'm really not an expert when it comes to job descriptions. And I'm gonna add all of the debugging functions that I just made and use them. We're gonna say debug lookup by process ID got process for PID. What's the PID? Is that... I know I've been wondering that before. That's a pointer. Why is it a... What? That's not even a PID. Okay. My naming is just a little fucked up for handle, and then let's print it like a pointer, and we're gonna say PID got process, and we can print the process structure as well, because why not? Dereference it so we have the actual structure. Yes, and just adding way more debugging. Got image name for process. Name is a string, and I don't think we don't need it. The pointer, I mean, it's pretty unnecessary for debugging. And debug this one as well. Opened, no, yes. Opened handle to process. I'm gonna print the handle just to make sure that it's not null. Handle is a P pointer. H process. And we're gonna allocate it. Oh, this is important to debug. Initialize add non-DLL. I'm just gonna put the debugging in here. Working as a programmer. Yeah, I'm currently working as a programmer. How do you manage to work on projects like these? Takes me a huge amount of time. Yeah, I get what you mean. It really does take some time, especially if you are also working full time. But I think the most important part is to learn that things don't need to be perfect, and it's more important to get done than to make it really fancy and big. And for RE, which will always be time consuming, I think it's important to first automate some things with scripts, and second, just restrict yourself to the most important functions. Because, like, reversing a real-life app front to back is not even going to be possible for a single person. It's just not going to happen. So you will need to really consider what parts of the app you want to reverse and get very efficient about it. Oh yeah, we need to use our new RAI classes on this thing as well. Does that even make sense? Yes, I think it does. Attached to process, and then we're gonna say debug attached to system process. That's the permissions we need. I mean, it's hard to automate it, to be honest. No, there's a bunch of things you can automate. Like, for example, I wrote a script for when there are logging functions inside the binary, and usually logging functions, like, of course they take a string that needs to be logged, and oftentimes that string contains the current function name. So I made a tool to rename the current function according to the function name from the debug printing. That's one thing you can automate. Then I made a scanner for Windows GUIDs. Which is very helpful because you can look up GUIDs on databases that will tell you what COM object the GUID refers to. So that way you can obtain the names of COM interfaces and COM objects, and there's just a bunch of specific tooling you can do to get the most symbols out of your binary as possible. Even though it doesn't have debug symbols, you can still do some automation that will get you something. Blindly looking for interesting products? Not really. Definitely not. What I'm looking for is intermodular calls. So even though I don't have symbols, I do know which intermodular functions it is invoking. So for example, if the game I'm reversing is importing WS, the Windows Socket API, then I know, okay, it's going to deal with the networking. So I can look at the cross-references for the Windows Socket send and receive thing, and then I can see, okay, here are the functions that use the send and receive thing. For example, if those only have one reference, then it's likely that they wrote a wrapper around that. You can cross-reference the wrapper. Maybe you can look at the type that the wrapper is using. You can do some RTTI to extract symbols, which is useful for C++ code bases. Like I said, there's just a bunch of things you can do to get a quick understanding. Also, dynamic analysis is very good for getting a quick understanding of things. Yes, we're attaching to the system process, and we're gonna copy the kernel 32 security descriptor. I'm just gonna use my handle thing, yeah, instead of the guard. And we can remove this one. And of course, yeah, we're passing it by reference this time. Yeah, C doesn't have RTTI, that's a C++ thing. But like I said, there's always something you can use, like, yeah, intermediary calls, logging functions. I mean, looking at the raw assembly code from front to back is really not going to work, because that would require way too much time. We have object attributes. We don't need to delete those. Then we need to dereference it in here. Wait, am I doing dereferencing inside of the pointer header? Pointers. Oh no, I mean right, not pointers. I'm not. Okay, that's good. Was worried for a second. Attach the system process. Also, I'll just outright say we are adding known DLLs, or one no DLL, and then we do, what was it, ZW? Let me just look it up before I fuck it up. Windows format string Unicode. Sure. Alright. Have a good one. Was nice talking to you too. Hope you have a nice evening. Bye. What was it? Debug print format. Loading, please wait. Here we go. This one, %WZ. Yeah, I fucked it up. Of course I did. Yeah, that's just to print Unicode strings, which the file name is. Oh, but I also need. No. Do I? Is it? Yeah, I think it needs a P Unicode string, and this is a P Unicode string. Adding no DLL, and then we just say the file name, and I'm just gonna specify the architecture. Arch. No. Is native. Because of course we cannot print booleans. Native arch. Yes. Is that not a... Yes, it is. Never mind. All good. And then we open the section to kernel 32. Yeah, that should all... We don't need debug printing here. Oh, but I am going to change the memory allocation. Security descriptor. Wait, what? Oh yeah, of course. Oh no, do I have to make a template for that? Because this is kind of generic. Yeah, it's a void pointer, which is the most generic you can get. I kinda don't want to make it generic though. Because I am lazy. So I'm just going to leave it like this. Because this is going to work as well. Memory not allocated. Oh yeah, right. We are opening it to get the descriptor. Initialize attributes. Creating the segment. Yeah, this we can turn into a modified handle. And this as well. And delete the guards. That needs dereferencing. Where's the other one? Oh, that already... Wait, what? Yeah, that should return a pointer to a handle. Yes, it does. Okay. Sweet. Create section. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna do debug level to 8. Yes. I still don't understand why info is above trace, but Whatever, it's fine. Okay, next I'm just gonna put more debugging in the handler. Debugger initialized known DLLs. Debug disabled dynamic code mitigation policy. Policy. Allocating the shellcode. And you know what? Just for hopefully maybe not crashing everything right now, I'm gonna get process image file name, and I'm just going to see if match file name. The path is proc name and the file name is Unicode string notepad gl constant string notepad.exe. And if it's notepad, or more like if it's not notepad, we're gonna return just as before, but this time a lot cleaner. Wait, what's your problem? Oh. Right. Oh god, that's annoying. Why? Fuck it, we're not doing that. Definitely not. I would have to write another match file name function that works with ASCII strings. And it's just not important enough to do that right now. Allocate and then attach it to the process. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a little debug print in here. Target process. Debug. Got entry point at and pointer. Entry point. Debug replaced entry point with hook to pointer, and then we print, oh god, that's not what I wanted. Then we print the shellcode memory location. Sweet. Not enough arguments for debug. Oh no. Ah, that's so sucky. I guess that's why you don't use define statements. Shit. That is so stupid. Just gonna do the dumb solution. So the problem is that we are setting a global define, and check the init function. Yes, yes, shut up. Oh, because it's... Maybe because I'm logging it as an error. Would that crash it? That would be so dumb. Okay, it's just setting up the routine. Not doing anything yet. I don't see what the problem would be other than that we are debugging, other than we are logging with the error level. Did I do something stupid here? I don't think so. This is looking totally fine. Okay. Let's crash again, I suppose. Okay, enabling debug prints. And starting the driver, and it's crashing. Oh, it isn't. I'm getting pranked every goddamn time. I need to press go. Now it crashed. But I think we got some output for random processes. No, this is old. This is very old. Where's this coming from? Also, when did it crash? Oh, it's an attached process. Which one though? Run once, execute once. Oh, it's in when we are adding the DLL to the known DLLs. And then attached to the system process. Why does that not work anymore? Well, we're gonna see. Gonna restart again, and then we can search for the error. Also, why are we not seeing debug prints before the crash? That is very weird. Are those filtered out, maybe? Because of the component? Okay. With the default component. Wait, why am I not just using default component. That might even be the reason why we don't see anything. DP filter. Is there a default thing? Default ID? Yes, that's what we need. Okay, now we should get better debugging output, but also we know where it crashed. It was right here. I'm inclined to believe it is because of this little thing. What does it need? It's a pointer. Oh, wait, what? KAPC state, but why are we giving it? Oh no, okay, I'm blind, I suppose. No, we are giving it a pointer to a KAPC state. That's what it needs, right? It does. PR. What is PR? Alright. No idea what it means. Fair enough. I'm pretty sure it is because of this, basically. But I don't know why that's breaking it. Let me think about this. If we make an instance of this thing, it will be on the stack, and it will just have one variable which is of type KAPC pointer. And yeah, so this will be KAPC state pointer. And because we're calling the default constructor, will be initialized to 0, which means that this is a null pointer, which is fine. So this is just sitting there until we call... What are we calling this? Dereferencing, and it will return pointer to this. No, it will just return this. Wait, but... Oh. Oh, that's stupid. Oh wait, that's pretty dumb. Fuck, are we passing a null pointer in there? Because it's been initialized to 0 and the dereferencing just returns the pointer itself, which has been initialized to 0. Yeah, we are sending in a null pointer. Fuck. Okay. What if? Yes, I know what to do. We're just going to let this structure own this thing. And now, because it owns it, we need to pass a reference to the inner one. Why are you complaining? Oh, of course. A default constructor doesn't work anymore because we can't just 0 initialize it. I honestly think it's fine if we just don't. But is that going to work? Because... oh. There we go. Yeah, because now it does not know. Expression must have a Boolean type. Excuse me? What does that mean? Expression must have a Boolean type. What? I don't even know what it wants from me. Oh, of course. Yeah, that's why we 0 initialized it. I remember. Okay, now it's getting annoying. I might have to do the thing I said I wouldn't. Well, I have no other chance. Let's do this properly. I'm just gonna write testing class. Which I can then use as the basis for the macro. Oh, of course. I have to look this one up. Because I'm not a C++ programmer. Oh yeah, okay. Just yoink you. Here we go. Easy. And then the constructor will come from the macro. I'm gonna just make one example one. Gonna name that process, and in the handler we can see how it's done. Wait. I still think I can get away with not doing this. Somehow. Okay, what if we just in the default constructor object type access mode handle, and we say status equals and then we'll have to return. We could keep it the way, yeah, I'm gonna keep it the way it was intended and return it via the out parameter. So we're gonna say handle, and pass our handle a pointer, of course. So now we have the handle, and what we can do is have an out parameter. But I see a problem. If this thing leaves the current scope, it's going to get destructed. Yeah, that would be too much work. You know what? I'm just going to scrap the whole default constructor thing because it's just bad. Would be too much work. Also, it's just too scary if I mess anything up. And now I have to return everything to its original state, which is very annoying. And process. I'm gonna rename those to resource because that's what they are holding or representing. And now we can do process resource P. Is that a pointer? Requires initializer. Wait, what do you want from me? Oh yeah. Oopsie. Process resource underscore P, and then let's do it like that. I think that does what I want. If not, well, gonna have a problem. But it's gonna be easy to find. And we're gonna use a handle here. And then say, actually, have to do it after. Oh jeez. Yeah, I fucked this one up already. See, that's what I wanted to make it more fancy. Just wasn't meant to be. If you remember to put the guards after the returns, so we don't double free anything, which would be very bad. Handle resource underscore hproc hproc. And of course we don't need the dereferencing anymore. In fact, it should not be there. And then KIPC state should now be a reference. And also we need to have a KIPC state resource underscore state. Oh, wait. Interesting. What if I do protect variable? Type. Define, of course. Then I'm gonna do type and underscore variable. And now we say protect state and this one. Here we go. Okay, that's nice, but we can make it better. Second one is type. So what if we say type underscore, wait, no, name underscore resource. And now no, not name, gonna say type. Now we don't need the first one anymore. What do we get? Class type underscore. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's definitely not what I wanted. Why did that work earlier? Is that a thing I can do? It isn't. Why? Why does it not say the name of the type? Oh no, it does. Have I been looking at it wrong? No, it didn't. It does not say the name of the type. This didn't work, right? And this didn't even compile. Does anyone here know how the fuck I can use this macro variable but modify it? Like append something to it? To the name of an argument. Yes, that's exactly what I need. A way to write a multi-line macros to wrap it inside a do-while. What? Excuse me? That's ridiculous. Interesting. Can I do it like that? That would be wonderful. Concatenate type and resource. Whoa, it works. Hey. That is freaking cool, my dude. Hell yeah. But now I have to use this everywhere. What did I mess up? Why do I not see what it expands to? Expected an expression. Do you mean where? Oh, we can get rid of those now. Oh, of course, because it's a pointer type. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna say PKAPC state. And now what we can do is protect. Why am I doing this in all uppercase? Protect process. Oh, the other way. Why am I doing it the other way? Type first. Makes way more sense. P process. P. Oh, wait. Yeah, if I turn this into a multi-line thing. Yeah. And I'm back. Protect is fine. And now we are underscore variable. Fuck. Yeah, we need to use concat too. Gonna say concat underscore and variable. And now, yes. Wait, no. Also, this should be an E process. No, it shouldn't. Because you need... yes, I see. Yeah, I think what I actually need is this. And now we are getting, yeah, pprocess resource as a new variable. And this one too, protect handle hproc. And this one too, we're gonna say protect pkapc state and a reference to state. Oh, right. Oh no. Okay, this is going to get really stupid. Oh. That's so dumb. And of course we need to do the same in here. But I'm pretty tired. So I'm just gonna go. Yeah. I hope everyone has a nice evening. Or, I don't know, morning. Wherever the fuck you are. Goodbye.